1898. John Nuveen founded a pioneering company with a new approach to investing, designed to trigger positive impact with every dollar spent. An example we continue to set to this day. So sponsoring existing research didn't interest us. We had to build something new. Our idea? Re-rank the rich. Expose the talkers who claim to be doers. And show the world that not all billionaires are created equal. To do it, we went to the heart of privilege, Forbes magazine's yearly 400 rich list, and decided to re-rank it, not by individuals' total wealth, but the positive impact of what they did with it. It took 32 journalists researching public filings, tax forms, press releases, and talking to 400 members to create a ranking based on philanthropic giving. After 7 months of painstaking work, the results were worth it. Instead of wealth deified, we exposed the truth. The mighty fell. Presidents tumbled down the list, while influential women who ranked bottom rose to the top. Forbes has never allowed a brand to rethink their research. And by recognizing impact over dollar signs, we drew admirers from press and business publications through to one of America's wealthiest businessmen, Warren Buffett, commending the impact the new ranking will have on the investment behavior of the rich. With $12.3 million value in 1 week, 156 million impressions, and driving a 31% increase in advisor recommendations, Re-Rank the Rich set the new bar in what financial wealth can create. Because for us, it isn't just business as usual. It's about investing by example.
Every sport has that team that never wins. In American football, that team is the Cleveland Browns.
They keep losing. When are they going to win?
In 2017, they didn't win a single game, and 2016 had been pretty brutal too. So as the National Football League's official beer sponsor, we gave the loyal fans something to look forward to. And we did it in the only language we know.
The next story combines two of my favorite things, football and alcohol.
Bud Light placed victory fridges in bars across Cleveland. The way the fridges will work is as soon as the victory is clenched, the chains just fall off the fridges.
Cleveland Browns legend delivered the victory fridges to bars. Filled with special edition Bud Light. Secured with a Wi-Fi controlled lock. Suddenly, the season wasn't about raising a trophy. It was about raising a glass. And for 5 straight weeks, national media attention shifted from the top teams to the very bottom of the standings.
Bold prediction, I think those fridges are getting unlocked in the first month of the season.
Oh, look at that.
Hope and excitement started to return to the disheartened fans. We all know how this story ends.
The Browns are winners tonight.
With a big win. 635 days in the making, and with a click.
The Browns have finally won a game, and the Bud Light victory fridges were unlocked at long last.
Open up the coolers, free beer for everybody.
The city went wild. So-called victory fridges are unlocked.
It's maybe the greatest promotion in the history of promotions.
Finally, people are enjoying what has been long overdue.
Well, now they're empty.
For over a century, Gillette has been the face of masculinity. But with masculinity under fire today,
bullying,
the Me Too movement against sexual harassment,
masculinity,
being the face of it comes with a new responsibility. With a single film, we sparked a storm of global debate, turning the brand's iconic tag into a simple question.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it?
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
We believe in the best in men.
Gillette.
Gillette is flipping its classic slogan on its head.
Gillette.
Now it's being posed as a question. Is this really the best a man can get?
Reaction was swift and severe.
The ad sucks.
Pussification of men.
Showing men as inherently evil.
Now it says you're the worst that men can be.
But instead of going on the defensive or getting out in front of the controversy, we ignored the conventional PR wisdom. Instead, we welcomed all voices, using the loudest and angriest.
You're gonna give me a fucking lesson, Gillette? Fuck you!
To prove the very point we set out to make, that it was time for change.
If that pisses you off, you're the target audience.
Backlash to the backlash, and we all talked about it.
I love the new Gillette.
Certainly hits me as a father.
Made me tear up.
This is a message that needs to be heard.
It is so bold. It's so inspiring.
Gillette did a great job in displaying that we can be better.
Look, I have a son. I think all of this is good for him.
What they're basically saying is don't be a jerk.
It's actually an invitation to men to be better, and don't all of us want to be better?
Is being used in school classrooms and universities to encourage discussion on masculinity and culture.
I think it points to so many good men around us, being good examples that the next generation can look up to and learn from.
The best a man can be.
Dear video game industry, I just wanted to say, I love your games. I never want to stop playing them. But I also have to say something. Almost every woman that plays online has already been harassed. A total of 800 million.
Well, now I know what the problem was. There's a fucking girl on it.
We always have to put up with screaming, cursing, and men threatening to rape us.
You're only good for sex. Shut up, you're a girl. Shut up. Women can't speak.
That's why we hide behind fake nicknames. To be left alone, we have to pretend we are men. But we are done hiding. In a partnership with Vivo and Wonder Woman Tech, we've created a movement called MyGameMyName. To kick things off, we invited the biggest male players to feel the way we do. For an entire day, they played hidden behind female nicknames. This is what happened.
Pô, tinha que ser mulher mesmo, né? Tem que pilotar é fogão. Carol, vou cometer
They also asked their followers to do the same and share their experiences. And the whole action spread like wildfire. After just 1 week, people were talking about it all over the world.
My game, my name.
My game, my name.
My game, my name.
My game, my name.
My game, my name. My game, my name.
This very letter was published where we were sure the main game companies would see it. Our voices are finally being heard, but that's still not enough.
You're exaggerating. Just like a woman.
It's time to realize that in-game harassment is just as unacceptable as it is in the real world. It's time to never hide again.
The first diagrams showing the male and female genitals in their entirety were produced in the 16th century. But when medical authorities, and the church, discovered that the only purpose of the clitoris was for women's pleasure and not reproduction, it became taboo. It was banned from medical books and school books. Today,
il y a une réelle omerta parce que le clitoris est l'organe responsable du plaisir de la femme.
Nothing has changed.
Une fille sur 4 de 15 ans ne sait pas qu'elle a un clitoris.
In France, in 2019, no single school book totally represents female genitals. Why?
Le ministère de l'Éducation nationale et de la jeunesse n'intervient pas directement dans le choix effectué par les établissements en matière de manuels.
Which means we don't give a f***. SAFORELLE, the specialist feminine hygiene brand, has decided to change this inequality in sex education. Introducing the missing page. Unlike all school books, on the missing page, the clitoris's complete anatomy, its role in sexuality, and the vulva's details aren't missing. The page can be stuck over any incorrect page in science manuals. It has been distributed as part of a national campaign. Youth press, online video to order and download the missing page, street marketing. And thanks to the teachers, the missing page even entered classrooms.
The Missing Page, c'est un très bon outil pédagogique que j'utilise en classe et elle permet vraiment de corriger en fait les erreurs principales qu'on trouve dans la plupart des manuels scolaires.
Le clitoris serait-il en train de sortir du placard?
Les profs peuvent le montrer aux gamins à l'école.
Connaître le clitoris pour qu'il existe, égalité sexuelle, qu'il soit expliqué aux jeunes filles.
The missing page. How can you take care of your intimacy when you don't know it?
A large arch decorated with bright colours and artificial flowers representing tolerance and diversity was torched by the rioters.
This video shows a rainbow art installation after it was set on fire by the rioters.
Nationalists were quoted as saying they've got rid of a symbol of the plague.
You're looking at a rainbow in downtown Warsaw. It's there to mark Gay Pride Month, but this is no average rainbow. Formed by just water and light, a symbol that cannot be burned, cannot be ruined. Over to Poland. Check it out. Came up with a new unbreakable rainbow.
The rainbow is back on Spanichola Square.
Many Poles have grown well.
Love to hear your thoughts as always on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram.
Many people believe love is love.
To stop a bad guy with a gun, it takes a good guy with a gun. That is insane.
Keep AR-15s out of the hands of these crazy people.
It is the same debate that we have had for years and years and years.
It's a difficult decision to have made a PSA that is from the perspective of a shooter.
Thinking about who I was going to vote for, probably in Drew. Jasmine.
Here you go. Thank you. Hi, guys. Vote for me for class president.
This gym class ended 5 minutes ago. Yo, stupid freak!
Look at me!
This video shows the often overlooked or unnoticed warning signs of a potential shooter through the eyes of the shooter himself.
How do you detect somebody who's on a pathway to actually shoot?
It may be hard to watch, but it has one very specific purpose.
From the shooter's point of view.
And it's all the warning signs.
PSA from Sandy Hook. The Sandy Hook province is classmates and educators.
This PSA, particularly its ending, will likely be shocking for anyone who sees it. And that's exactly what its creators say they want, for people to pay attention and do their part to stop future tragedies.
McDonald's is celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Big Mac.
The Big Mac turning 50.
The Big Mac.
The Big Mac is turning 50.
The Economist began tracking the prices of Big Macs worldwide.
The Big Mac Index was devised by The Economist in 1986.
The Big Mac Index is an informal way of measuring the purchasing power parity of countries by comparing a country's currency to the U.S. dollar and the price of a Big Mac in that country.
So we asked, why should it just be a currency measure? Introducing the world's first fully food-backed currency.
Behold, the Mac coin.
The Mac coin.
The Mac coin.
Mac coin. Mac coins.
Mac coin.
A real coin, worth one Big Mac all around the world. Accepted in over 50 countries, with 5 unique designs, celebrating the 5 decades of the Big Mac. Over 6 million Mac coins were minted in the US and distributed across the globe. This wasn't just some branded anniversary. We'd created a global phenomenon driven by earned media. Just like the Big Mac had become a part of culture, so did the Mac coin. With over 1 million coins given away in the first 3 hours in China, a proclamation in Pittsburgh for Big Mac Day, Mac coin tosses at FIFA matches in Argentina. Even countries that didn't get Mac coin were talking about it. While cryptocurrencies were tanking, Mac coin was increasing in value. MacCoin generated nearly 1 million global earned social mentions and engagements, and more than 3 billion impressions, more than any other global program to date. But most importantly, we created a 6% increase in Big Mac sales across the globe, with a 40% increase in sales in the US. The final result was a worldwide celebration of the iconic Big Mac's 50th.
And I'm thrilled to announce that starting right now, we're switching to an entirely McCoin-based economy.
Here's to the last 50 years, and 50 more to come.
By the 1860s, an estimated 100,000 slaves escaped via hidden routes and safe houses in America. Helped in secret by strangers, they called it the Underground Railroad. By erasing all traces of their journey, they won their freedom but lost their history. So Ancestry, the leading family history company, took a journey through their unparalleled historical archives to get it back. 12 historians analyzed hundreds of thousands of records to piece together family histories of those who escaped. These discoveries were revealed in a documentary premiering at the Sundance Film Festival.
The company Ancestry arranged for 6 people from across the U.S. to meet at an historical church in Brooklyn. The journey revealed family connections and some surprises about their ancestors.
Dear Niall, welcome to Plymouth Church. You were not the first person from your family to find their way here. You were sitting above a catacomb that changed the story of so many people who, like your ancestors, took matters into their own hands to earn their freedom.
She spent her first Thanksgiving night in safety till it was safe to smuggle her to freedom in Canada.
Ancestry set out to document a story around the legacy and legend of the Underground Railroad. They not only inspired, but completely reframed some people's lives.
The story became national news, capturing the wider public's curiosity and tapping into a discussion on race, identity, and the ties that bind us, and restoring the Underground Railroad for today's generations to reclaim their history.
Now I know my roots down deep in your soul. You know who you are and where you come from.
Many watched, searched, and acted, just like they said they would.
To see now that we come from this legacy,
of family and fortitude is just totally mind-blowing.
has been altering billboards on Google Street View so that they feature quotes critical of worldly